Hopefully I have this right. I was about 14 minutes into this, doing this video, and my wife came through the front door, and also I had to get up and I shut another door. So this is originally a PC set I had, and I sold some others, personal sets or startup sets, like a 1959 Topps baseball and a 78 Topps baseball. All my runs into certain basketball years, 75, 78, 79, 80, and 81. I sold those to when I needed to catch up on stuff. So I need to catch up on. I need a new roof from the hurricane, and I need to come up with the money for the deductible and also my medical bills for my heart surgery. A little more than I accumulated. Anyways, I said that in that first one, and I was 14, and I realized it's probably just not good to air those videos with people coming out. The cards are maybe a little out of order now because I had them in order. I was going down the box, and I was just place them in stacks. So that might be a little out of order. But I had a pretty decent run of these 1979 Topps hockey cards. 8s or better was my standard. Some of my personal collection guys I would have pulled out like I did for those other sets. If I collected them, a certain player or team, I would pull them out of the sets I was breaking up to sell if I didn't have them in those areas. So one of the ways I collect my graded cards is, for example, here, LaFleur, I collect LaFleurs, and Marcel's, I collect Marcelos. So I would have three of these cards, one for the set, one for him, and one for him. And then if I collected a team, I would have another one for that team. That's kind of how I did it for years. And I have a pretty good graded collection for the PC going on, different graders through the years. Mainly the main graders, a lot of your lower, or not lower, but different grading companies, or if they went under for some reason, I would get them slabbed to the one of the main graders like PSA or SGC. Be the main two for crossing over. The other one's not as much. Even the other mainstream graders, not as much. So that being said, I'm going to get on with the set because what I'm going to do, my name is Scott Smith. I'm Hiddengems.fl on eBay, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this video, and then I'm going to start posting them up the rest of this weekend. Try to get them online. Believe it or not, a lot of 79 Topps, last I checked, had low pop reports, even 8s, or sometimes the highest grade the last time I checked. Or 8s were the second highest grade. There was no 8.5s, and if maybe 1 or 2 mint 9s. So that being said, here goes the showing. So this is a leaders card. It has 3 Hall of Famers in it, and it's assist leaders. It had Trottier, LaFleur, and Marcel, and it's card number 2 in the set, and it is a 8, and that's the back. And I apologize if the card goes down a little bit as I do it. I finally bought a thing to hold my phone as I do these videos, and I'm just not used to it yet. Okay, this is the shutout leaders. Once again, you got a couple Hall of Famers and 1 rookie on the card. Possibly. No, I think he played for a couple seasons. and had a card or two. But could have been 2 rookies. Ken Dryden, Tony Esposito. Sorry about that. Got a little tongue-tied. Bernie Parent. And this is card number 8. And it's an 8. All right. So here we go. Card number 9. Greg Malone for the Penguins. In the 8. Greg Smith, card number 11. In the 8. Card number 17, a mint 9. Card number 19 in the 8. Card number 22 in the 8. Don Maloney, card number 42, and this is one of those half grades, 8.5 that they had to start doing. And this is a back. I always liked the 79 backs. I liked how the design, and one of the things I liked about the old day sports cards, they had a little story and the little comic they had going on. Card number 46, Marty Howell. That's a pretty good card to have. And an 8. Bob Sorve, 49, and an 8. Okay, let me make an adjustment. Okay, card number 60 and a mint 9 for the Atlantic Flames. Yep, there was Atlantic Flames before there was the Calgary Flames. Card would have kept for my team set building. Kerr, the Blackhawks, card number 6-7 and an 8. Card 68. Maple Leafs and an 8. Hall of Famer, card number 71. Dave Dryden and a 8. Gary McAdams, 72 and an 8. Card number 77, another Atlantic Flames, and a 8. 93, card number 93, and an 8. Minnesota North Stars. Okay. Card number 94, Dennis Huron, and a 8. Hall of Famer Trottier, card number 100 and the 8. Back in when the Islands were just dominating. Card Gary Smith. I had a buddy really liked him. He always asked if when I got cards, did I pull a Gary Smith? And to him and another goalie, and he wanted all of them. You could never get enough. So 103, card 103, Gary Smith. Don Edwards, another good goalie from back in the day, 105 and a mint 9. Okay. Earl Thompson, 106 and an 8. 107 and an 8. Tardif, card 108 and an 8. John Davidson, card 110 and a 8. Another card I would have kept for the team set. Wilson, card 111 and an 8. Milbury, 114 and an 8. Another card I'll keep for my team set building. 116, Greg Fox in an 8. Card 119 and a mint 9. Mint 9. Rick LaPonte, 121 and an 8. St. Louis Blues. Really good general manager. Was a general manager for the Penguins, which made them very hard for my Washington Caps to beat for a long time. I think he kind of tried to keep the team alive and made some moves that made the contracts hard to move around and made it harder to keep putting new life into the team. The Cats are experiencing that now. They've been a older and a slower team. They still win games. Pittsburgh still wins games, but they don't win as much. And they're hurting. It wasn't for some of the going to be legendary players like us for Ovechkin and them with Sydney. They would have been a lot worse off. So this is 122, mint 9 for the Rutherford. Okay, card 124 and a mint 9. So I guess I'll say this story again. Most of your, if you ever look on there, you see a bunch of PSA 6s for this cards. They were mine. So I would look, and I would look for the corners mainly because the corners show their dings really good. And then I'll look for the centering and next. And I would buy up these trying to build my set. And forever and a day, I just get 6s. I just never hit it. And I finally got an 8, and I just stopped. I'm like, good. I'm good. I have spent enough money on this one player and card. All right, so that's my story of Mr. Thomas, the goalie. 126 and an 8. Okay, another card for the Chicago team set. Because I collect vintage Chicago Bulls. No, Bulls? I don't collect Chicago Bulls. And this is hockey. This is the Blackhawks. So some of the early 90s back, I collect all those Chicago Bulls cards. Only the few of the players as a personal, but as team sets. The vintage Bull set players, I would collect their sets. Oh, yeah, 128 and an 8. 129 for the Bruin and an 8. That's a good Bull. And it's not Bull, it's a Blackhawk. And I don't know why I keep saying Bulls. 133. I'm just getting old. 133 and an 8 for the Kings. So I thought about it more. I did the video and I talked about variations. Sometimes in the old days they would correct them, but a lot of times it didn't. And I thought this card was corrected on the latter printings, but more and more thought about it, I don't think this card was ever corrected. So this card had an error. It's the wrong guy on the photo. And it's card number 137 for the Colorado Rockies. Card 138, Edmonton Oil guy, Cam Connors, and an 8. So this one, hopefully I got 79 Flyers team set going, and I have them in there, and for my personal collection. But if not, too bad. I need to raise funds. So this is a guy I collect for my Philadelphia Flyer team sets, and he's a PC guy. So funny thing is, when I was a kid, I really didn't know that I had where I lived and grew up, had a Washington Capitals, and a lot of my relatives lived in Pennsylvania, and Flyer games were big. But the funny thing on the TV, every time I turned on the TV to watch games, it was these two teams, literally these two teams playing. So I grew up liking the Flyers and the Blackhawks that way for a long time. And then one day I was reading the sports paper when I finally got into reading sports newspapers, and I was like, who the heck are these Washington Capitals? And then mysteriously, we got the channel on the old wired TV. We had the old antenna, and boom, Washington Capital games. I've been a lifelong Capital since. But both my grandfathers and one of my grandmothers were big sports fans. And I knew about all the Philadelphia and some of the other Pennsylvania teams way before I knew about my own local Maryland teams at the time when I lived in Maryland. Enough of that. So my Bill Barbie, this ain't a toy, 140 in the PSA 8. Hall of Famer. Another Hall of Famer, Trottier, another card in the set, 165 and 8 record breakers. That's the back of a record breaker. 157, Perry Miller in the 8. 163, Nielsen in a 8, and it's a record breaker. Again, 179 in A8. Once again, sorry about the order. Like I said, my wife came through the door, and then I also got up one time in the door. So a card I had a hard time getting. A lot of people like this card. And Bobby Hall, he's one of the all-time greats for the Blackhawks. One of the all-time greats in hockey, period. And I tried buying the cards raw, and I never could get a deal when I was go to the conventions back in the day. None of my local card shops ever had it. And then once the internet came about, and there was places like eBay, I tried to bid and just never won forever and a day. So Hall of Famer Bobby Hall, 185. I would have kept that for team set and player. 186 in the Mint 9. Vancouver. Eric Vale, 188 in the 8. 196, Bob Miller in a 8. Card 202 for the Jets in an 8. All right, I'm just going to take this box out at this point. Card 204 and an 8. Mark Howell, very good card to have. Very card to have. He had an awesome career. 216 and an 8. Filler, 219 and an caught it that time. And an 8. Card 221 and an 8. Card 222 and an 8. Card 231, Mint 9. Card I would have kept because it was a Washington cap. 236 and an 8. One of the reasons the Caps got good is they had this player. He was a pretty good player, but when they started trading off some of their decent players, and got for younger players and some draft capital, all those players turn out to be gold, and they went on the run to constantly have winning seasons and for a long time and making the playoffs. Now, how far they got in the playoffs, that's another story. Terry O'Reilly, just a pretty fun player to watch when I was a kid and a teenager. Cloutier, 239, PSA 8. Another team set card, it would have been 241 and 8. 243 and 8. So I'll pose a question before I show these last cards to you guys. Do you have any subsets do you like in any of the different sports that you've seen through the years? Some people like when they had the rookies, one or two players together or four players together. And for baseball, they used to call it future stars. Some people like in all the sports where they got the league leaders cards, record breaker cards, all-star cards. Football had all-pro cards. And they had the action figures, poses, like in the A2 football tops. They were really sweet. I'm a big fan of team sets because not everybody gets a card for some of these. So that'll be your one image of some of the other players. And I collect, for all the sports, any of the team cards. And if I could find a team card that's decent price, I used to always pick them up. It didn't matter the grader, and I wouldn't always try to cross them over. So, 79 Topps Bruins team, and this is card number 245, and it is an 8. And see that? You have all those names. Vancouver in a 9. That is sweet. My Washington Capitals. I would have kept it for the Capitals. I would have kept it for the team set, but I'm going to sell it off. Card number 260 and an 8. A pretty demanded card for the set. The new NHL entries to 261 and the 8. So you got Winnipeg Jets, Hartford Whalers, Quebec Nordiques. Those guys, man, they really found some great talent through the years. It's a shame they couldn't hold on to their team. Edmonton Oilers. A lot of Hall of Famers, you look back, and some great star players came from Edmonton, especially in the early 90s. Last card is a mint 9, so I'm going off with a high grade card, 264 Anderson from the Penguins. Anyways, thank you. I'll have them up on Hiddengems.fl. I appreciate it. The money you will go toward my roof and my hospital bills. I appreciate it. Have a good day.